Versatile Mage. Chapter 54. The Rare Lightning Mage. The rate of his cultivation was still not fast enough. Even if Mo Fan had twice as much cultivation time as other people, as well as the 20% buff from the Stardust magic tool, the time would still have to be split between his two concubines, Stardusts. Thus, he would only be slightly faster than that full Mu Bai. If he didn't want to easily expose the ability of his lightning element in front of others, he would not be able to rely on that small advantage to compete against the ancient Mu family and their cached players. The question was, how would he be able to maximize the increase in his strength? When he searched for the answer, all it said was, buy a Stardust magic tool. This answer was essentially too stupid. Let's not bullshit. The Stardust magic tool was naturally the best way to increase cultivation. The question was whether the Stardust magic tool was something an ordinary person could even buy. However, from Mo Fan's point of view, other than the Stardust magic tool, there were no other good methods. What if I were to upgrade the little loach pendant to spirit rank, just like the one Muning Zhu is wearing? A common ranked Stardust magic tool is only able to increase cultivation by 20%. If I were to upgrade it to spirit rank, then it would be a 40% increase. This way, even if I were to practice both the lightning and fire elements, I'd still be much quicker than most people. Muning Shui's starting point was much higher than mine. Since she was able to get recruited by the Empire early on, that itself would testify that her strength exceeds mine, and she has most likely already reached the requirements for universities. If I still cultivate slowly like this, I would get crushed by the ancient Mu family sooner or later. Mo Fan didn't regret making this kind of enemy. He was only able to exhaust all his options to increase his strength due to their oppression. Presently, the only thing that could increase his strength faster seemed to be a Stardust magic tool. Tang Yu had mentioned before that the little loach pendant could be upgraded by absorbing the spirits of magical beasts after they died. This meant that he would need to go out and slay magical beasts. If his luck was good, then a spirit would appear, and his little loach pendant could really be upgraded to spirit rank. A 40% cultivation boost for a mage like Mo Fan, whose cultivation speed was already twice as fast as others, was simply like riding a rocket. It seems like this is the only way. Since he had made a decision, then he should brazenly do it. The heavens had given him this advantage. If he were to neglect it, then it'd be good for nothing. After the practicals, there still remained about a month of summer vacation. Mo Fan walked down to the hall of the Hunters Union without hesitation. The Hunters Union was an organization formed by wandering hunter squadrons. There were tens of thousands of hunter mages who came to the hall of the Hunters Union to search for missions that were suitable for themselves. Mo Fan had already looked through the market. A spirit essence's price exceeded 5 million RMB. Searching for magical beasts was the only path Mo Fan could choose to obtain wealth. Whether he could gather these 5 million RMB was hard to say, but at least the soul remnants and soul essence were things you could only obtain through killing magical beasts. This was the only path he could take now. Killing a magical beast by himself. Mo Fan immediately shook his head to reject the idea. He simply did not possess the ability to kill a magical beast alone. Thus, he now needed to look for a hunter squad that was suitable for him. Practically all of the mages in the Hunters Union formed their own squads. Those who were able to kill a magical beast single-handedly were far too few. The Hall of Hunters was bustling with people coming and going. It felt like a large hall of spirals and, at the same time, like a job fair. On the wall of the Hall of Hunters was a colossal LCD screen. It displayed the newest missions, as well as the rewards. The lowest reward was 100k RMB, while the higher reward missions could go up to millions. Mo Fan looked at the million-level missions, his saliva almost flowing down his mouth. Completing 5 of those kinds of missions, and he would be able to buy a soul essence to upgrade his little loach pendant by a level. Unfortunately, that wasn't something a normal person could do. Iron Hammer Squad is looking for ice elemental mages. Required battle experience is 3 years and above. Must be willing to cooperate in a team. Most importantly, must have adept control of ice spells. The mission has already been received. Average reward is 20k RMB, estimated 2 months completion. Wind element mages. The squad lacks an experienced wind magician who can lure a one-eyed magic wolf. Other elements are not needed. Fire element. Where are the fire mages? Join our fierce wind squad. Guaranteed efficient mission completion and big rewards. Mo Fan glanced around and discovered that those magicians who had joined squads before had actually brought resumes. On the resume was proof of their time in other squads, how many missions they'd completed, and the levels of those missions. Mo Fan was dazzled by the scene. For a moment, he had no idea how to choose. It seemed that the magicians who had just graduated were the ones no one wanted. After all, they had far too little experience with magical beasts. One small mistake and they'd lose their life. Who would dare to bring in mages who had just graduated? Mo Fan hadn't even graduated. He was a student who had just entered his second year of high school. Bringing a magic student was simply a nuisance, practically defrauding the squadmates. He could tell it would be very hard to find a suitable squad, judging from his time in the practicals. Shit, being a mage actually needs qualifications. This particular year, Mo Fan cursed. As he finished cursing, a man hurriedly ran past and bumped into him while also cursing. I'm sorry. The City Hunters team is currently recruiting. I have to go and give it a try. Excuse me for bumping into you. A weak youth wearing thick glasses said to Mo Fan. City Hunters team? Mo Fan asked suspiciously. Yeah. Don't you know? They specialize in sweeping out dangers within the city. They're a group who kills magical beasts hiding in the city. The City Hunters team has always been the first choice of hunter mages. After all, they can stay within the city. Who likes to run around desolate areas fighting unknown creatures? Not to mention, the City Hunters team's rewards have always been really high, the youth in glasses explained as he pushed his glasses up. Tong Yuban, stop wasting your time. A mage like you who just graduated from a magic high school doesn't have experience or strength. There's no way the City Hunters team would notice you, unless you're a lightning mage, an old hunter nearby ridiculed him. They're looking for lightning mages. Mo Fan's eyes lit up as he asked eagerly. The City Hunters team operated within the city. This was perfect for Mo Fan, who was still studying. If he went outside, he wouldn't know how long it would take him to finish a mission. Lightning mages have always been in demand for squads. Even lightning mages with no experience will be happily accepted. After all, they're too few, and their skills are simply tyrannical. Sigh, if I had awakened the lightning element, I wouldn't have to be ridiculed by veterans every day. The old hunter said. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.